Hello everyone, my name is Ben the Bold, and welcome back to our Icenia campaign. We are get a quick look at our occupying armies. I'm going to go ahead and press that unpause button and start the siege ticker again. I might think about... No, there's no reason to assault this fort. Just in case you missed our last episode, we did a lot of... we started colonizing. Looks like I have some barbarian issues. It's alright, I have an army up in the north for that. Don't let them get too far out of control. And sorry, in case you missed our last episode, we did some just colonizing around. You might see that we have taken over a little bit more of the northern part of the island. We've also started to colonize around in Ireland. I've kind of put a pause on that for a second though, because we are attacking the mainland. For the first time, the Iceni have decided to move south, cross the channel, and see what else is out there in the world. And they have immediately declared war on the Nervians. The Nervians have one ally. It's these little people over here, the Icenia. I'm just going to pretend that that was how you say that name. I'm going to go ahead and take this for more loyalty plus 15 political influence. That sounds good. Yeah, that's going to be the best way to do it. We have barbarians at the gates. That's okay. That's going to take my civilization value way down in the province. I think that's just going to be what happens over here, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, looks like we won that siege. I'm going to pause it real quick. It's kind of unfortunate that every time they attack, our civilization value goes down in these little border areas. I know that if I were to build a fort right here, which I think is actually what I need to do to get rid of this mine and just go ahead and build a fort. I don't really want to waste any political influence here, so I'm just going to destroy the mine and build a fortress here. That'll also probably mean that I can take this fortress away. Well, I'll wait until that fortress is finished, completed building. It does kind of suck because how I end up eventually stopping the barbarians is by increasing the civilization value around them. So if they reset my civilization value down to 0 every time, then it's just going to be a lot harder. I'm going to have to deal with them more and more. Alright. I did take this siege, I also won this battle, so now it is time for the Icenians to just pour across the gates of the Nervians and conquer all. So I'm going to go ahead and take my sieging army of 10,000 light infantry down to the south. I'm going to take you down here, and I'm going to bring my heavy infantry to there. I don't have many more heavy infantry in my heavy infantry stack. That is a problem. I might think about moving some reinforcements down, although I do think I should be able to handle things rather nicely the way we are right here. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there. Had to back away from my microphone for a second. It looks like we were victorious against these barbarians. That's going to be good. We're going to go ahead and take that province back. Looks like I do have some disloyal characters. He didn't seem to like me. He is a pretender to become king. Oh, and it looks like I have my first offer of peace from the Nervians. Let's just see what it is. I don't necessarily anticipate me taking it. They are offering... Nope. They're offering the following terms. Well, what are they accepting? We negotiate on behalf of our entire alliance. Liberate... No, I don't want to just liberate some people. In the end, I want to be the one in charge of the peace terms. They do, at this point, have quite a few more forces than me on the mainland. I would like to just keep pumping more slaves, though. I'm going to go ahead and move these 16,000 men over, just because there's no real harm in it at the moment. I might even consider building another army. Looks like we are going to completely wipe out the barbarians. That means that we have taken some more slaves. We're going to move a pop to Venta. That's exactly what I want. You're going to come back down here. Let that fort slowly construct. Yeah, I don't want to get too bogged down in the colonization game quite yet. While I'm still fighting a war in the south. That's something that can be handled during peacetime, but for now, we fight, and it looks like we are going to handle this army pretty easily. No real challenge is going to be presented there. I wonder if there's anything that I can make my army better at fighting. I can increase my fort defense. That could be good, but right now I'm not really worried about losing any forts. I'm I'm going to leave you. I'm going to take you to there. And I'm going to take... Nope. If I can... Here, I'm going to take you back there. It might be worth my time to just see who this disloyal character is. He looks like he's a pretender. He's the husband of a general. Alright, as long as the general remains loyal, I'm okay. They once again want peace. I want no peace, I want war. He's losing quite a bit of loyalty per month. Why is he losing that much? Because he's a pretender, of course. Let's just look. He has one person supporting his bid for the throne, but the vast majority are supporting my son. That's exactly what I want. I'm not going to worry about him too much. Looks like I've taken some more slaves. Can I go anywhere else with this army? No. So it's just going to have to sit for a second. It looks... The Saxonians, have they declared war? I bet they have. Nope. I would figure if I was on Gaul and I saw one of my neighbors, one of my potential rivals, going through this war, I would think about joining in on the... to try to divide up some of the spoils. I might see if they will accept a military access. It looks like they won't. I'm not going to worry too much about that. That's going to be okay. You, I do not want that offer. Eventually, I will decide on the peace terms. They have hired some mercenaries, which is just a dumb decision by the AI here because... Or are these still the mercenaries for... Who? Yeah. For them. It's just a dumb decision on the AI here because they're black flagged. They have no... This little country has no fleet. And so they're just wasting all of their money for really no reason because this army's black flagged, they can't get back to their territory. So I'm not going to worry about them at all. I could lose 5 stability here, lose some national unrest, or gain some national unrest, but have increased Omen power and Omen duration, plus my High Priest will gain 10 loyalty. That's actually not terrible, or this one sounds better to me. Yeah, I'm just going to take the increased stability and increased loyalty. That sounds good. I have taken 6 pops, so my strategy of just coming down here and trying to move some slaves up to the north seems to be working pretty well. I'll just keep that going. Gonna go ahead and use this fallen fort as an opportunity to push in, maybe not with you, and take some more slaves. I'm going to move you to here, since you won't take that much attrition. Let's see if I can take a bunch of slaves here. Boom, I sure did. Let's keep the pressure on. They once again want peace. I don't want peace, I want war. There's no reason for me to stop yet. I am losing a lot of manpower, but I'm not too worried about that. I have a lot of manpower to go. And it does look like they have been declared war by some of their neighbors. I can't say I blame them, it's exactly what I think I would do. I'm going to go ahead and move my soldiers in as well. Looks like we have the tactics advantage and just vastly outnumber them at this point. I'm not too worried about that fight. Plus, we're moving more and more of our men in. This is going to be a pretty easy battle, although it is going to go on for quite some time. They continue to just want peace, but I have no real reason to give it to them at this point. Am I in control of this siege? No, I'm not. So unfortunately, I won't take this province. That's going to be okay, though. And I think that might actually be, well, I'll siege this province down as well, just so that I can take a little bit more control over the mainland. Maybe take some more slaves. I'm going to go ahead. I think, just for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and move that army back to Great Britain. I don't see a reason for them to hang out in Gaul any longer. And this war is pretty much over. Let's see. No, I'm not going to assault it. I have plenty of manpower. I've got plenty of money. I have plenty of money. I've broken 1,000, so we'll look and see how we want to spend that as soon as this war is over. Once we have properly divided up the spoils of war. Am I sieging that? Yes, so I did end up actually sieging that. Unfortunately, the pop just died. It didn't actually come to me, which is kind of a shame, but we're taking plenty of slaves anyway. Also, just if the more pops I can pull out of this region into Great Britain, the more I can weaken Northern Gaul for when I do inevitably end up trying to expand here. Looks like they want to attack me. They could probably, if they would move all of their armies into this province, they could into this settlement, I mean. They could probably take it. It looks like we have, once again, had a miraculous recovery. That's amazing. I really don't see a reason to sit here. Actually, I do. I don't want them to come re-siege this. Come on, fall for me. Fall for me. Alright, they look to be wanting to attack my light infantry. I'll move the rest of this army in. They do not have full morale, so that's not going to, hopefully not going to end well for them. They're going to move all 21,000 of their men in, and oh man, I really need this to fall right here. Come on, fall. Fall for me. Alright. It didn't fall. They're going to move in. They are probably going to win this battle. I really don't want to fight a losing battle. I know that my whole goal here was to gain some slaves from taking that, because I don't think that I'm actually going to take it in a war, in the peace treaty. So instead, I am just going to go ahead and start thinking about what I want to conquer. So I have kind of a couple ideas. One is very standard. I could just expand. I could take all of this territory for the Iceni and have a pretty strong foothold here on the continent. A foothold that, you know, unless I move all my armies back to my main islands, I really don't see me giving up anytime soon, and I could use that as a way to expand outwards. I could also not take any of the land and instead take some tributaries or tribal vassals. Now, I don't really want to do that. I will take a lot less aggressive expansion probably, but the whole tribal vassal thing, I won't be able to incorporate them until they civilize. I think I'm just going to take this land. It brings me more pops. Can I take that too? Let's look at the province. Yeah, so I might as well, because it's already in this province that I'm already taking some from. Cool. I'm going to do it. I'm going to gain 8 aggressive expansion. That's fine. Aggressive expansion is not a problem right now. Plus, I'm going to lose some right there. And, yeah, so they have accepted peace. I have an army black flagged. That's going to be you guys. You're going to come here. And I'm going to slowly start to transport at least this stack of 18,000 back to mainland, or not the mainland, but my mainland. And just so I have someone garrisoning down here. I'm not super worried about defending this. I have a fleet that I believe is probably going to be bigger than most. Well, they have 11 ships, plus some of their allies. Maybe they would be able to challenge me. But I have a fleet that's bigger than most. I'm going to keep building my fleet, because right now, if I can control the English Channel, just like in World War II, I can pretty much keep anyone from invading me. The English Channel is, you know, one of the best defensive walls in the entire world. Alright, let's go ahead and think about the governor. Ooh, and this province produces grain. I might try to pump up the grain, and then that way I can trade it back and grow more here. Let's see. You are pretty loyal. You also have high finesse. You're also a scorned family, which giving you this would probably make you unscorned, so your monthly loyalty would actually start to tick up. Oh, and she's devout, which is going to give me... Alright, I'm going to go with Bronwyn. There you go. Oh, and her monthly loyalty isn't going to tick up because now she has... Well, I guess I have a major power bonus. My Black Flag armies are going to come back. Oh, I guess I didn't end up taking this. I thought I asked for it. Oh well. Alright, now let's start to look around. I want to keep doing some colonization. Unfortunately, I need to... Oh, looks like I have a death. Doesn't look like she has an office, so not going to worry about it too much. I have 2 people who are unloyal. Could I just bribe you to make you loyal again? You're losing loyalty because you're a pretender. Can I start killing off my pretenders? Let's check it out. Yeah, you're a pretender. You actually have quite a bit more support than I would wish. Ooh, and you're a pretty strong guy. This is my... No, my cousin, right? No, he's my uncle. Okay. Harvest failure. Ooh, I could lose a bunch of money. I don't care about losing money right now. Yeah, I'm just going to lose some money. I've got plenty of it. Speaking of, I do have plenty of it. Let's check out the pop situation here in Venta, what will one day be the envy of the world. I'm going to go ahead and increase the amount of buildings they can... No, I'm going to increase the just the output of all the citizens here, because I'm going to just keep building, putting more and more citizens here. I'm going to go ahead and get an aqueduct, and I might get a second aqueduct, just because that will take me over that magic 80 population capacity, and once I have 80 population capacity here. Oh, yeah. So I'll go ahead, national manpower plus 5%. Yeah, it's nice to hold on to your grain, but I don't think anyone's starving right now. That's going to be fine. I like having national manpower up. Let's look here. It looks like I'm spending some of this manpower. Let's go ahead and get all of that sorted out. Where are my biggest... What's the population look like here on the mainland? So, nothing much. We actually pretty well ravaged the entire population. I might build an interior city right here. It's not really a point in building a city here, even though it is coastline. It doesn't have a... Oh, my Siri just went off. Even though it is coastline, it doesn't have a port. If I did create a city in this province, I think I'd want to do it right there. So I might go ahead and just click the Build City button here. Have a nice inland city that will hopefully pull some pops towards it. Maybe even pull some pops out of my rival's lands. That city should also support more troops. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and start pulling some armies back, just because I really can't support them here. Again, 445 manpower per month. That's pretty good, especially for a little tribe. Well, we are not a tribe anymore. We are a vast kingdom. Looks like I do have to assign a general. Your loyalty. I want someone whose loyalty is going to rise. You look decent. And her loyalty is going up. Good. Let's look around. I think maybe I can build a building in Camelodinium. That looks good. I think I'm going to go with, once again... I think this time I'm actually going to go with a... You know what I might do? Let's look at the actual pops just in this city. There's 3 Belgae. But they're going to assimilate pretty quick. Maybe I will just go with... I think I'm actually going to build a training camp here. It's just going to give me a little bit more manpower. I'm okay with that. I am still promoting civilization here in this province. Right now, only Camelodinium and Ad and Sam are super civilized. I guess maybe some of these above the Thames are civilized, but below the Thames they are fairly uncivilized, although they're getting better. I'm going to go ahead and build an aqueduct here. It's just going to allow me to put more and more people in this city. I might think about doing something that will increase the local slave output, since I have a ton of slaves here at the moment. Speaking of slaves, I want to start... Okay, this fortress has finished. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the fortress I have here. There's no real reason to have both of them so close together. That's cool. What's your... You produce woad. Okay, that increases local tribesman happiness. I could build a slave estate. What are some of the things I can build here? Pop migration speed. It increases it. So more pops will come here. I don't necessarily know if I want that. It also increases pop assimilation speed, which is good. What happens here? It increases the pop capacity. Oh, and it makes my tribesmen more beneficial, although I'm not really looking for tribesmen. My tribesmen are hopefully all converting into other things. Looks like I could lose 41 political influence and gain 10 stability plus 10 popularity. I'm going to go ahead and do that. That seems like a decent trade-off for the increased popularity. That's going to make everyone want to be more loyal to me. It's also going to allow me to increase my legitimacy, so that's great. This is a very stable monarchy at the moment. My legitimacy is very high. It seems like people are kind of excited about their potential heir. Although this guy's only 32 years old. He has hopefully quite some time left as the head of the Iceni kingdom. Maybe even he will become the king of the Albion people. Speaking of, we need to redouble our colonization efforts. Let's see here. We have 5 Iceni in this province. That's just not going to be enough. We need to start thinking, can I move some Iceni people? Can I move some Iceni people here? I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't move anyone there. What about here? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... no. I want to move any Iceni people I can here. So I'll move you. I'll move you. I'll move you and you. And you. Okay, so the reason I'm doing that is I'm trying to get as many Iceni slaves here so that I can then move them here, so that I can then move them just some maybe here. So I'm having to play a little bit of leapfrog at the moment with my Iceni slaves. I have plenty of money to do this. That's not the real issue. The real issue is just the annoyance of having to play this leapfrog game. And then now I'm going to do it to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then how many people do I have in this province now? I have 10. Does that mean I can colonize? It sure does. Boom. So I am slowly but surely moving more and more people into Ireland. Ireland might be, by the end of this, quite a populous place. Speaking of... So, I'm sure everyone has played the other Paradox games, like Crusader Kings 2, or... Europa Universalis 4, even Hearts of Iron. Like, Ireland is like, just, I love how many regions, no, provinces and regions aren't the best way to say it, how many settlements are in this game, because like, if you just controlled only Ireland in one of the other games, like, yeah, it's pretty good, but like, here, like, you can really turn Ireland into just a absolute power block, just because of all the settlements, all the pops that you could have here. I love how you can control just like a small portion of the map, but really still feel powerful because you have so many individual like territories almost. It's just something that I have really found myself quite enjoying about this game. Let's see, do I have a port? Is there not a port in this entire province? That's kind of a shame. Is there not a port in all of Ireland? There's not a port anywhere in Ireland, and unless I'm mistaken, I can't build one, so that's kind of annoying. You'd think that they would have a port here. I think I'm going to try to turn Iceni into a city, so I'm just going to go ahead and... What do I need? Oh, I need 50 political influence, so that might be a second. I also want to turn this into a city. I do just want to make sure that those governor policies are converting culture. That's perfect. I already have 2 Iceni, so this cultural conversion speed is going pretty well. That's great. I will hopefully build this into a city, centralize it, and then start building some theaters, which will inevitably turn more and more of these people into good Iceni tribesmen. Looks like Bagacum has become a city. There it is. A city indeed. I'm going to go ahead and build... Let's build 2 theaters for now. I can always take some theaters away if I start to realize I have enough. And I'm also going to build a library because I want more citizens. I think my next area that I really want to expand into... Oh, we could lose 111 gold, but become close friends with our Chancellor. We would gain 5 corruption, though I don't really want that, but our Chancellor would gain 10 loyalty. We'd also gain some family prestige. I think I'm just going to lose the 5 popularity. Let's take a look at our inventions. Really, let's take a look at when we'll get another advancement. Military advances is only in about 6 or 7 years. That's not terrible. It is going to increase our maintenance costs, but it's going to make our armies more effective. And I probably will go ahead and get that discipline invention. And I might as well get the naval invention since I'm hoping to expand my navy quite a bit. In fact, now that you mention it, I might get professional sailors as well. Not really interested in tribesman output. But, I mean, I could take it. It might help. Instead, I want to get wrong culture group happiness, since I do have some non-culture group pops now. And I think that'll be where I am for now. Let's take a look here. If I were to, like, stop trading wood to myself, are there any... No, so wood's the only... That's fine. I'll just go ahead and get that trade route back. 73 people in Venta. That's perfect. What about the other Venta down here? I wonder if Paradox realizes that they have 2 cities, or 2 little settlements named the exact same thing. Venta 1 and Venta 2. Anyway, our other city of Venta, it might be a location where I would start to think about promoting some infrastructure spending to get another building slot. That could be beneficial. We'll have to see. I don't think there's another invention that I want. I'm not going to worry about that for now. Instead, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to start to spend some more gold on colonizing, of course. Looks like I can afford a military tradition. So I could keep going down this central line. This one doesn't really excite me that much. It gives me archers a combat bonus in the forest and light infantry combat bonus in the forest. I mean, that's just so... It also enables the hit and run tactic, which could be very helpful. And then as we move down the line, we start to get heavy infantry defense, light infantry costs down is good, archer defense. I mean, all of this is good, but I might start to branch out down some of these other lines. For instance, here, if I could get national manpower up 10%, which my manpower, I'm not worried about my manpower at the moment, so maybe I don't want to do that. Archer offense would be very beneficial. I might go ahead and just click that button, strike from afar. Chariot offense, I like chariots. Ooh, army attrition down, that could be very useful. Yeah, I might start going down this line. Plus manpower recovery speed up. Or that archer offense. Because I don't find myself building, and I probably should, but I don't find myself building a ton of chariots. Wrong culture. Happiness. Siege ability 10%, that's good. Morale of armies, that's great. What's the hit and run tactic do? I guess I can't even see it, can I? So one of these, hit and run. So it's a little fox. That one's... I just used so many archers, you know? I'm going to go ahead and just lose 169 gold, probably. Or Illica could lose 10 loyalty. What does she do? She's the royal tutor. You know what? She can lose 10 loyalty, and that's fine. I know that these bonuses get so much better as I go down the trees. Like, scale the walls is one that I really want. Very troubling. Uh-oh. General loses 20 loyalty. You. You're pretty loyal. You're gaining some loyalty. I'll go ahead and take it, I guess. National citizen output, of course, because I'm trying to get more tech. Maybe that hit and run tactic is going to be really useful. I'll do it. We'll see what happens. I'll just keep working down this tree. Plus, the archers and light infantry bonuses in the fort, those are some quite hefty bonuses. And there are a lot of forested provinces here. Well, actually, yeah, there are a lot of forested provinces here in Gaul, so we'll see what happens. Let's find you a nice loyal general. You seem to be good. Let's do some precious metals from you. Just pick you, any of you at random. Go ahead and move my Iceni tribesmen, or my Iceni slaves. Every time I say the word Iceni, my phone thinks I'm saying Siri, so that's an interesting development. Siri, stop. Let's see, I have now 10 people here. Does that mean I can colonize somewhere else? Yes, it does. Do I want horses or fish? I think I want fish in this case. Just to help that growth speed a little bit more. So if I just move one more pop here, like from here, does that mean I can colonize here now? No. Oh, because but I will be able to soon. It's just as soon as... Alright, so we're keeping on with the colonization game. I now have enough money to turn this into a city. It is livestock, although I have other food producers here. And I'm creating plenty of food per month. Go ahead and do that. Found the city. Flocking to a banner. She could gain... I'll go ahead and have her gain 5 loyal cohorts. So far, all my people are very loyal to me. I've been making sure of that. And if one of them does decide to go rogue, I will find ways to deal with it. My steward. You're my steward. You're almost dead, though. I'm not worried about you. We'll go ahead and do some fish. We're slowly sending out some tendrils into Ireland. Can't colonize from you because... No, you want to be in cultural conversion. Because I need more Iceni pops here. I only have one Iceni pop here. And I need it to be majority Iceni before I can colonize anywhere else. Now, this is a port, so I can actually colonize either of these, yeah. Or I guess I can do it from Odanti, too. Can I move some Iceni pops your way? And let's go ahead and colonize Vinicones. So, in about a year, hopefully, I'll be able to hit that button again, because this province should, at this point, be majority Iceni. It is. So, I will be able to, in about a year, colonize this as well. So, the colonization game I know that a lot of people complain about it, and I kind of will too. It's very tedious. It's not the most fun, although I'm actually finding myself not hating it. I'm kind of enjoying the moving around of pops and watching my country slowly expand into these empty areas. Oh, you can go. Oh, did you? No, the whole thing about you is that you're fast because you have. I should have looked at that maybe a little closer. Oh well. The Phrygian Civil War ends. Let's take a look at what that is. In fact, I think this might be a good opportunity to stop here for the day. We've been going for about 35 minutes, so that's not terrible. So here in Icenia, as you've seen, we have expanded on the mainland for the first time. I'll look to expand north and maybe start to conquer some of this area, maybe even start colonizing on the mainland, colonizing some of Germania. We have also begun, or just kind of continued on our colonization of Caledonia. Let's see how people are doing in the south. Rome finally seems to be pushing into Gaul. I wish they would go ahead and just take the rest of the Italian peninsula. That should be their homeland. But they do own Corsica, so the Carthaginians, they are continuing to expand. I guess this is just uncolonized. No, this is, oh man. This is actually a country, the Nubian local power of Mauritania. Yeah, I would say that they are a local power. Carthage pretty much has restricted them just to this narrow path. That's probably game over for them. Carthage is probably looking to take most of Iberia. Carthage may be our main late game challenge. We'll see though, Rome is still very ominous. After all, they do have quite a few more cohorts than I. They have 87. I merely have 75. The thing is though, I have the economy to build more. I might look into building a lot more cohorts in the next episode. I just haven't really seen the reason to quite yet. Might as well just go ahead and keep playing tall for a little while. Keep trying to expand or build up my influence on Great Britain and keep colonizing. Over in Macedon, they haven't moved an inch. Thrace seems to be continuing to take over the old Getian lands, the modern-day Romania. The Phrygian Civil War may have come to an end, but it is highly fractured. The Middle East is just a fractured mess at the moment, and so we'll see who the dominant power is here by the end of the game, but it's probably not going to be the Seleucids, or maybe not even the Phrygians. I wonder how many people the Phrygians have. The Phrygians have 4,106 pops and 191, so they are still probably one of the more powerful countries in the game, but not powerful enough to keep all of their old land. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Marians. They have several more pops, several thousand more pops than the Phrygians even, and a whole lot more pops than me. But that's the way the world is shaping up. The Phrygian Civil War ends, which means there is peace in Anatolia, at least for now. But the real story is that Icenia continues to grow and continues to exert influence over the barbarian lands of the north. Anyway, I've been Ben the Bold. I hope you're having a great day, and I do hope that you subscribe so that you can tune in, because I'll have another episode out tomorrow.